can't believe how quick that was. I can't believe how
Yeah, 10
fast that
minutes,
was.
dude.
Can I make this interesting? Can I make this interesting real quick? Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling these. If we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home? And you said, I was born here and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, you look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your
No, it's the truth,
thing or
man. This
whatever.
is this is the
Like, I
issue
love
with
how
whites working with
we're here talking about a
non-whites.
problem. We're over here talking about a problem, then bring it right back into, this whole white thing. Like, dude,
This whole
white people
white
is
thing is
great.
what built this
Shut up,
country, Myron.
dude.
Hey, man, you
All
said
Hey,
is
listen,
try to sit
in-
here
guys.
and be
Listen,
I am in
divisive.
Florida. I'm in
Like,
Florida, and I will knock you out on camera.
all right, we're not
okay,
gonna.
buddy,
I'm not gonna
try
have
it.
violence in the space. It's not even my
Try it.
space. I think Ian's having issues, so look, I'm not gonna allow that in Ian's
It's
space.
mutual combat.
I understand, but like, listen, people are listening.
There
They're
is no
clipping
mutual
things.
combat. I don't with you, bro. Like,
Well
you're a
then,
weirdo.
why are you in? Why do you Browns think
Shut
you
up.
could stay in my country?
Look,
No,
bro,
it's the
look,
truth.
I'm not even
You
talking to
didn't
you
build
right
this
now.
country,
I'm not
Myron.
even gonna address you right
You're
now.
you're
Look,
not from this country. Why do
yo,
you think you can stay?
anyway, like I
No,
was
it's
saying,
a point, Myron.
I'm not
Answer
Well,
it.
talking to you, man.
actually,
I'm not
Myron Gaines is at it again. Now, this guy, he goes all out of his way to try to be part of the W supremacy, wearing hoodies that says we're bounded by race and racism, and it's just a whole bunch of foolishness. Now, mind you, this guy's an immigrant, and he just shows you just how powerless Democrats are. You're going hard for these Democrats and people, POC, and this guy's walking around here talking about racism, saying very disparaging things about black people, and y'all have no power to shut him down. You say something about LGBTQ community, or you make Asians feel threatened, they get you shut down, fired, out of there, kaputs, finished. This guy could just say whatever he want to say and cite anything he want to say. Y'all are powerless in stopping him. He's even able to go on college campuses and say bad things about black people in 2026. So, he's been being called out by W supremacists, letting them know, hey man, listen, we good with you coming out here and saying what you say, but you're still not one of us, right? So check this out.
I don't agree with you when you say that none of us exist. Obviously, I want to deport the non-whites. I want to get rid of the blacks.
Well, I didn't say you guys don't exist.
Okay, so
I said that it's
exist.
not like a viable excuse anymore to claim systemic racism.
But we
or
are real, right? You agree white nationalism, white supremacy is real.
yeah, it exists, but it's not to keep anyone from success. Is my argument.
Do you support white nationalism?
I support any groups of people to exercise nationalism. I've been very vocal about this. I think if people want to be black nationalists, people want to be Mexican nationalists, people want to be nationalists in general, and they love their group of people, that's fine. I've always thought it was weird how white nationalists can't be white nationalists without being called some pejorative term or lose job opportunities. Meanwhile, other groups of people can be nationalists with no consequence. So I think I think every group of people should be able to be proud of their skin and their heritage.
So that's going to be a civil war, right? If there's black nationalists, white nationalists, Latino nationalists, that's just going to be a civil war, correct?
Well, I think that there's ways to mitigate that and exist in harmony. I mean, Lincoln Rockwell had a great admiration for Malcolm X.
Nationalism literally means we don't want to live in harmony. We want to have our own nation.
Well, you can do that via segregation. You can do it via. There's other ways to go about it, but
so with the Civil Rights Act, we want to repeal the Civil Rights Act. You are against that, correct?
I just don't think that's a viable that's a realistic option in 2026.
So, okay,
versus,
but once we repeal the 19th Amendment, the entire reason that white nationalists want to do that is because then women won't vote and then we'll win on white nationalism, correct? Isn't that the entire goal?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, the reality is that whites are dropping off when it comes to the majority, and then
we want to stop that. We want to get rid of the.
Of course, I get that.
This guy is so stupid. Now he's sitting here. He wants to defend W nationalism when W nationalism want you out too. They want you a worker. If it's up to them, man, you be inside. Listen, you be picking grapes and cherries down there in Florida, California, somewhere, right? If it's up to them, right? This dude is a blithering idiot. Right? He doesn't even understand what W nationalism is and what it stands for, right? There was no black nationalism came as a direct contradiction or fight against W nationalism that was oppressing them. This dude, man, this dude is a grifter. He does anything for the cameras. So now it starts shifting into W folks not producing babies, right? And he was going out of his way to try to protect these people, but he ends up having to defend people of color and black folks, right? Where he always goes against us, but then because this guy's let him to know, like, yo, listen, man, we ain't rocking with you either.
So here's the problem. Let me be blunt about this, because I've had this criticism of white people and white men in general. You guys have to get your women in check.
I
you
know.
guys don't have your women in
Yeah,
check.
I agree.
Let's talk about white people. You guys don't have your women in check at all. White women in general don't want to date white men.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, are totally cool with being. A lot of them put off and push feminist propaganda. They're fooled by the Jews. They tend to be very impressionable. You guys need to get your women in check, and that is why you guys have the birthing crisis that you guys have, is because white women don't necessarily subscribe to having children young, having big families. They'd rather pursue,
Yeah. So actually, the reason that I'm here is because when I was on Twitter, all the Wignat chicks told me to come here and to ask you to stop women. That was actually the original argument I was supposed to have.
No,
with you.
we need to continue them, because they're the reason why you guys are getting replaced, quite frankly.
Okay,
So you should be having this discussion with your white women, actually, to be honest with you.
No, I mean, like, look, so you're here white women, is that correct?
Yes, a lot of them subscribe to progressive ideologies that are the reason why you guys are
Myron,
quickly
the first thing is-
declining
Myron,
in
listen,
citizenship.
You're not white.
Sorry.
We don't need you talking to white women, trying to interact with them at all.
And that's the problem.
Right off
That's
the
the
bat.
problem. I don't need to be
They're
white
not-
to give a. See,
Yes,
here's the thing.
no,
You're
they're not
behaving
your
like a black
women,
person
Myron.
now.
Myron,
You're
they're not-
chimping out.
So this is the thing. Now all of a sudden you're behaving like a black person, you're chimping out. We're not even in the conversation. This guy, like, we're not even there. We're not in the room. But he brings us up, right? He invokes us. He brings us up, right? Where this guy's letting them know, like, you want to be an honorary W so bad. You want to be over there with them so bad, and he's letting you know, dude, you're not one of us. You're not one of us. Yeah, we'll use you, but we won't listen. We despise you more than the black Americans. The thing is, he knows this. The problem with Myron is Myron dislikes his culture and his people so much. He wants to get away from his culture and his people. He don't want to speak the language. He don't want to dress the dress. He don't want to eat the food. He don't want to do anything associated with his culture. He want to be over there with W's. And they're constantly telling him, dude, you're not one of us. We don't want you over here with us, right? Listen, we thank you for saying the things you say about the blacks, right? But you got the role too. Or you could be a servant. You can clean our shoes. You can wash our cars. But you got the skedaddle.
You're literally behaving like a
no,
white
you're
person.
losing, Myron.
You are behaving like a
Myron,
black
you are
person.
losing.
So here's the
You
difference.
lost.
See, here's the funny
They're
part.
not your women, Myron.
When I criticize black people, they'll sit there and say stupid. Like you're saying you're not black, so you can't criticize us.
They're
You're
right.
doing the same
They're right.
chip
You're
out right now.
You're grifting.
Because I
You're
don't have to
grifting,
be.
'cause you're
I don't.
grifting.
See, here's the thing.
You're grifting.
Hey, Baldy, Agent 47, relax.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Agent 47, relax.
No.
Here's the thing. I don't have to be white to be able to identify white problems as to why you guys have the problems that you guys have. Clearly, you don't have the platform or the ability to tell these women to get back in the kitchen. So guess what? Now I got to do it for you because you don't have the platform to do it. So the reality is that, look, man, you can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say. You can be a white nationalist. Cool. I actually fight and defend for your ability to do so. But if we're going to have this discussion about white replacement, etc., well, who controls and who are the gatekeepers to sex? It is the woman. So stop complaining. Stop crying because you sound like a black right now. Let's be honest. You have a victim mindset. Stop being a pussy. Get out there. Tell your women. Stop subscribing to feminism. Start creating families. Start going in the church. Start getting some white babies.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Okay, so look, to some degree, I actually do agree with you. But here's the thing. The problem here is that, yeah, we white people, we got to figure out what the roles are going to be for white men and white women. The problem is, I've talked to a lot of white folks, we don't want your Muslim, get the women back in the kitchen, put a garbage bag on their head. We don't want that. So when you're promoting that stuff, that's never going to work for us. Do you understand that?
Myron is trying his best to be a mascot, man. And he done went into Twitter, these Twitter spaces, and they've told him, man, bro, we don't want you. We don't need you. We don't want your Muslim stuff. This is what they said. Now, you notice how he just keep finding ways to put black people down. My question is, who's in power that can come and check this and get this checked? How is this, like what? I mean, you have freedom of speech, but at some point, can he say this about Jews? Can he say this about gays? Can he say this about other groups? This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we're not even in the conversation. And when he say black people, he talking about all black people. He don't say this group. He says black people, period. Where are the powerful black people that can shut this down? That can go over and maybe talk to whoever I'm just saying. And this is why you have a grassroots foundation of Black Americans. We fed up with you powerless people, man, that's in position, that's allowing this stuff to happen. But they wasn't done.
Promoting Islam?
Yeah, you're Islamic. We don't want your Islamic values.
Actually, if you watch my podcast, I don't really talk about religion ever.
Your literally view of women is basically Islamic, correct? That you hate them?
No. Actually, I would argue that. What are you, Christian?
No, I'm an atheist.
That explains everything. Yeah, this guy just hates everybody, including God.
And you know, while I'm here, Myron, also just for the record,
God is black. I don't worship him. No,
Myron,
Jesus wasn't there. Ah!
Myron, one more thing. I gotta tell you.
So yeah, like
1 second. Let me just say one more thing.
My thing is no, because you're coming in from a position where you don't know. I don't promote Islam. I'm actually very I respect religion. I understand religion, but I kind of find it funny because Islam, Christianity, the Abrahamic religions in general kind of solve this problem. So maybe you might want to find God.
Yeah, I hate them all. No.
Okay, that's the problem. You might want to find God, and that would help you.
But no, listen. Your view of women is basically Islamic. You hate them. You want them to wear a garbage.
No, it's
bag.
based on all the Abrahamic religions. Devout Christians, devout Jews, and devout Muslims would agree with me that women need to be subservient to men.
Fine. Go ahead.
That's how it's always worked.
Excuse me, who are you?
We got the Karen. Let's go.
I literally have no idea who you are.
Okay, so I don't know what just happened. Female entitlement. She
Yeah.
just cut the line. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say? Age of 47 or no?
Who are you?
Age of 47.
Actually, yeah. One more thing. I'm 1/4 Ashkenazi. Just FYI.
That makes sense. Very Jewish. Very Jewish. That makes sense. A white nationalist that's a Jew. That's crazy, bro.
And see, I'm glad that these kind of videos are made because when we talk about black self-determination and we talk about racism and what W supremacy has done in this country to black people, they like to call us victims and say we're victimhood. These people right here prove our point. You actually have an immigrant that came here whose family immigrated here, right? And he's going out of his way to become a mascot for a group of people that are constantly telling him that he don't want them. This administration has uncovered a lot of things. When people say America's not a racist country, America's a very racist country. It was the mental and social fabric of America was built on racism. It was built on the blood of indigenous black people and Native and Mongoloid Native Americans. Right? We know this already. We know this. So the whole thing is, man, it's institutional, right? It's everywhere. It's everywhere, and the black family's image has been destroyed, and they've gone out of their way to destroy the black image to the point where even in this argument with this W, right, he still bring up black people, and we not even in the argument. That's the whole thing. But then they say that we're not victims. Yes, we are. We are victims on so many different levels to the point where you would bring us up in an argument that you having with another ethnic group that we ain't even in the argument. Our image have been destroyed around the world so bad, right? That the way you portray us in media, right? When people come, all they talk about is athletes, entertainment, not our intellectual ability, not our inventions, and all the things that we did to create and build America, right? And this is why you got blithering idiots, buffoons that come and talk the way that they talk. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.